right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Working at Nokia webinar. My name is Sanni, and I work in internal communications here at Nokia, and I'm excited to host this webinar for you today. But before we get started, please open the Q&A form by either scanning the QR code that's visible on the screen or typing in the code for those of you that are on your phones so that you can ask questions during the session. We will address those during the Q&A portion at the end, so feel free to send those in at any time. So we're currently streaming live from our headquarters in Espoo, and today we'll be introducing our brand new Oulu campus and sharing what life and work at that site look like. And in the second part of the session, you'll hear from our talent acquisition team about our summer trainee campaign in Finland. So let's head north to Oulu, or as we like it, the home of radio, where Veera will take us on a tour of the brand new campus.
Nokia's Oulu campus is home to the most advanced facilities for radio technology research and product development. Here's how we do it. We cover the entire life cycle of connectivity innovation. From system-on-chip design, new radio hardware and software development, to over-the-air validation and field trials. Everything radio, all under one roof. More than just a campus, this unique integration makes Oulu one of the leading radio research hotspots in the world. We are constantly pushing boundaries for 5G and beyond, shaping the future of global connectivity. From designing tiny chips to testing massive networks, our R&D journey covers it all. We got unique labs and even a test track where we put our tech through its paces, making sure it's ready for anything. Everything is designed, tested and built right here, in a unique ecosystem where Nokia's over 3,000 experts collaborate with leading universities, research institutes and tech companies to shape the networks of tomorrow. Our new campus in Oulu is designed with people in mind. From day one, employees were involved in shaping spaces that truly meet their needs. A flexible, hybrid work model is embraced with modern workstations supporting both individual work and team collaboration. But it's not just about work. Imagine taking a break on a rooftop terrace with panoramic views or unwinding in a sauna right here on campus. These spaces are designed for our employees to refresh, recharge and connect.
The new campus looks great, so hopefully I'll get a chance to visit it very soon. But a little bit about Oulu. So Nokia has been operating in Oulu for over 50 years, and the city is renowned as a technology hub, offering many study opportunities in technology fields. And we collaborate extensively with educational institutions, and as a result, hundreds of trainees and thesis workers join us annually from these universities. We also have a very diverse environment at all of our sites. In Oulu, Nokia's nearly 3,000 employees represent around 40 different nationalities. Oulu has a long history in radio technology, and today it plays a key role in Nokia's innovation and product development. One important part of that work happens in the testing laboratories. And one of these is the electromagnetic compatibility, or EMC, testing chamber. Let's take a closer look at that.
Hello, my name is Marko Ikonen. I'm leading the art of product verification. Welcome to see our Nokia Oulu R&D laboratories. Okay, and why we are standing in such big environment here? This is our biggest chamber where we can do the electromagnetic compatibility testing. Without doing this electromagnetic compatibility testing, we cannot access to any market. This is an example test case what we are preparing here. So we have a radio unit here under testing, and using the antenna over there, we want to ensure that our equipment do not cause any interference to any other frequencies, and vice versa. Big chamber, what you just saw, is just one example of where our trainees are working. Please remember that we have many other options here as well, including the specification, software design, hardware design, integration, verification activities as well. At the end of the webinar, you will hear what summer trainee options Nokia Finland can offer for you. Just explore and apply.
Thanks, Marko. This was very interesting. So as Veera mentioned in the introduction, the Oulu site is unique because everything is under one roof. So at the new campus, R&D and the factory literally work hand in hand. To tell us more about it, let's hear from Jaakko.
Hello, my name is Jaakko Määttä and I'm heading production and logistic department here in Oulu factory, and I'm member of factory leadership team. Our factory is NPI factory, which means that we are producing latest prototypes in factory and do those physical protos to the R&D testing, very close cooperation between R&D teams and factory shop floor where we produce those. And when we are manufactured those hardwares, we deliver those in next to the another corridor where is R&D labs here in the same building, and there is doing those testings for those protos. Top of that, we are doing also some little bit more mature products, what we called ramp-up productions, which means that we are ramping up those latest product families in our factory. And after that, we of course evaluate that product is manufacturability. Product manufacturability is very important role also in factory, and we are ensuring that we can transfer those products to the mass production to the EMS factories around the world. And then we verified also the product quality here, that product is fulfilling all quality requirements, that we can start those customer deliveries from our factory. And our factory is operating 3-shift model, which means that we are operating factory more or less 24 hours, 7 days a week. And to ensure that we can manufacture around the clock, we need several different roles in factory. Of course, we have a lot of factory 3-shift operators working in shop floor, but top of that we have plenty of engineering positions who are supporting our manufacturing and product programs in the shop floor. And then we have, of course, production planning, import-export teams, and people managers in different specialist teams and production teams. And of course, all our permanent employees need to keep summer holidays, and that's why we need a lot of summer trainees, which means that we have open summer trainee positions in all those roles what I already described. That we have a lot of 3-shift worker operator summer trainee positions in factory, but then we have also some engineering positions and some another specialist position, and then also few line manager positions, which means more or less team leaders in the factory shop floor, leading those production teams there. But more or less we have quite good career path. If you are first summer trainee, I propose to start in factory operator positions, and next years you can learn more if you have some kind of another summer trainee positions, like engineering position or people manager position or something like that. But more or less this is very good road also challenging position to the R&D side and different special position, of course, in summer trainees, but also later on maybe in also permanent position in the Nokia.
Thanks, Jaakko. Both the factory and laboratories in Oulu operate on a fully renewable energy, reflecting Nokia's strong commitment to sustainability. So next, let's see how these sustainability values are brought to life across the new campus.
At Nokia, innovation isn't just about technology, it's about building a sustainable future. I'm here with our environmental manager, Jussi Isoaho, to show you how we do it. Jussi, our new Oulu campus is designed for a more sustainable tomorrow. What does that mean?
Oulu campus operates on fully renewable electricity, and sustainable materials like wood is used everywhere in the building.
The commitment goes even deeper, doesn't it? Tell us more about the on-site energy station.
Yes, the on-site energy station here in the campus is one of the world's largest of its kind. It handles both heating and cooling. Any additional energy is sent right back into Oulu district heating system, enough to warm 20,000 local homes without any CO2 emissions. Plus, the campus achieves 100% waste utilization rate.
Incredible numbers and actions. Thanks, Jussi.
So sustainability is a key priority for Nokia, but not only in our technology, but also in how we work and operate every day, as seen a little bit in the previous video. But what is it like to really work in Oulu? Let's see what our trainees and young professionals think and what their experiences have been at the campus.
Hi, my name is Rosa and I'm currently a thesis worker at Nokia. I started this summer as a project coordinator, and when we finished the project I started writing my thesis. This is my third traineeship in Nokia. I've also been a production planner and a buyer here.
Hi, my name is Vivi and I am a trainee in test automation project. We are developing test automation for product development, actually.
I'm Ahnaf Ahmad and I'm working as a senior test engineer in RF feature verification, where we test like new features, plan it and execute it, and also follow up on those.
Well, I was a project coordinator, so we moved some labs here from Rusko and I was the responsible one for making all that happen. First I gathered all the information for the project, then I made a schedule and managed the execution, and everything went well. We actually finished the move a bit earlier than we thought, so that was very nice, and it was nice seeing the results because we are here now.
I actually got one little project to do on my own. I was trying to develop this new kind of test on our test system, so that was kind of cool to do.
Basically here we are mainly the team that I'm working in, it's a R&D team. I had a chance to like work a new product introduction to like a customer, and it was very interesting as I could see the aspect of how things are done when directly dealing with customers. So that was like a very interesting thing which I learned, so it gave me also the insights of how the things are thought about and approached from the customer perspective.
Well, I think everything I know about work life has come from here because I've been here for so long. In the first 2 years I learned a lot about supply chain management and now about project coordinating, and it has been a very nice journey.
I have learned so much. I feel like I've learned more here than I even did in school. So
There's actually a lot of technical skills that I developed, basically like from base station, basebands, radios, how they behave and what kind of features are there and whatnot. But also from the soft skill perspective, it's like the how to adapt to new things and also like collaboration, cooperation, and also priority management of projects.
Well, I think the working culture for young professionals is very thoughtful. I think especially trainees are taking into account very well. And I especially like that trainees and young professionals have this sense of community and everybody's very nice to each other and smiles on the hallways because everybody knows that we're in the same boat.
I think there is a really nice community amongst all the trainees especially, and for us I think it's very nice that all the other people that work here, they really take us with them, and also it's really nice that we get our own like responsibilities also, so we're not just here to help, we're really here to do stuff.
The working culture is actually very nice. I really like that the company thinks very much of the well-being of the employees, and it's a big thing for me, and it's like has a very good work-life balance. And as a young professional, there's so much opportunity as it's a very big organization, and you can plan your career how you want it and move forward with like different ways that you feel like doing it.
I really like this new campus. It's very light and energetic. I rather work now at the office than at home, and that tells a lot.
I really love the new campus. It's very bright. We have so much natural light since we have such big windows everywhere, and I think we have more like colors and everything. It's just very nice overall.
The new campus is actually really nice, and it feels like very technically advanced and also aesthetically very, very pleasing.
Well, my top two choices from this campus is the big windows, because there's a lot of light, and also there's a lot of plants, so there's life and greenness here.
Probably say that it's so like open, and all the people are like all in the same places. I feel like so connected.
The favorite feature is actually like the amount of natural light that we get. It's like so open and so nice, and also like the surrounding of it, like it's feels like in the middle of nowhere, but it's a technological hub.
Well, I think Nokia is a very huge organization, so whatever you know, there kind of is a place to use that in. And when you come in as a trainee, you don't have to know everything in advance. So I think the most important thing is to be very curious and wanting to learn more and never settle for what you know. And that way you will also know in the future what you want to do, because you always learn more.
I would say confidence, probably, because you learn a lot in school, but you will learn even more here. Just be confident with your skills that you have developed in school, and be confident. Yes.
I think the biggest skill that one requires is like the eagerness to learn and the collaboration with people. These are one of the biggest skills, and because Nokia gives like a very good opportunity to learn, and the learning curve period is like very good in the company, so collaboration and the eagerness to learn is one of the biggest skills.
Well, I would say that don't hesitate. You can do it. It's gonna go well. Be brave and be proud of what you know, because that counts, and you really do know much more than you think. And just bravely tell that to people.
Try to be open and be curious and be ready to learn
I think the biggest thing is like be active, be confident, and be proud of showing your skills, what you have, and also again show like the eagerness to learn and adapt to the technological advancement that is coming up because it's a very fast-paced industry.
Well, I think the main reason that Nokia is such a good place to work is that it's a very big organization. There's a lot to do here. This is my third position and third traineeship, and that tells a lot. You can do all sorts of things here, and you can develop yourself. So I think that is a very good pro for working at Nokia. Also in Oulu, there's this beautiful new campus, and the people are very nice at Nokia.
I would say the community, all the people, I would say.
I would give like 2 because it's like the people who are very warm and nice and the technology that is being created here.
Great, thank you for sharing your perspectives and experiences. Now we can move on to the second part of today's session and talk about how you might be able to join our team at Nokia. So welcome Ina and Vilma Julia, who will introduce this year's summer trainee campaign.
Thank you, Sanni.
Thank you.
Before we move into our topic, we may introduce ourselves so you know who are we. So my name is Vilma Julia Pitkänen, and my role is that I am the head of the early careers in Finland and Poland. So I'm leading those two countries' early careers teams. So all the students' activities and students' hires. And I've been working here for 4 years.
Yeah, and I'm Ina, and I work as a talent acquisition trainee in the same team as Vilma. So my main work is with trainee hires here in Espoo and Tampere, and then university collaborations. Yeah. Nope.
Just 1 second.
Okay, now. Okay, so firstly, here we have the QR code you can scan to see our summer trainee openings. I also have on the second slide listed those openings, but if you already want to have a look on them. But on this slide, we also have some facts about training programs at Nokia. We hire around 500 trainees every year, which is a huge number. And also, we really focus on young talents. And most of our trainees are joining for the summer period, but we also hire throughout the whole year. And the summer trainee application period for this summer started today. So we published all the job adverts online and will last until February 13th. But we will continue hiring throughout the spring. So we have many different teams hiring. So some of the teams will hire later on. So don't panic if you don't hear from us straight away after the February 13th. And also our traineeship contracts are super flexible. This includes the start date, the length of the contract, and also the working hours. Of course, it depends on the team you'll be working with, but usually trainee contracts are between 3 to 6 months, and you can start as a full-time and then switch it to part-time. It depends on your studies or own schedule. Yeah, and also all our traineeships are paid, and the salary is based on the study credits you have earned.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add? Maybe the benefits?
Yeah, I would say we have quite a good benefits when it comes to trainees as well. But the thing I perhaps want to highlight is really the fact that you just mentioned that we have actually launched the application period today, like a few hours ago this morning. So the sooner you apply, the better it always is, because we start filling these openings as soon as we find suitable candidates. So if you know that you are searching for the traineeship for the summer, you can already do it by now. So you will actually have better chances the sooner you apply.
Yeah. Even though it's a long period, but still.
It is, yeah.
You don't forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to add on this slide?
No, I think we can continue.
Yeah. Great. So as I told you already, here are all pools we have, or the positions that we have open. We have put it together. For example, the software pools in Espoo. We have many different teams that are searching candidates from those pools. So please mention all the experience and relevant things in the CV. But yeah.
Yeah. So you can easily, for example, we have the job code section there by the numbers. So you can actually go to our career page and even search by these numbers, and it will direct you to the correct opening. And the reason why we have put our summer trainee applications under these, is it 11 job postings, is the fact that because we really hire hundreds and hundreds of trainees each year, we want to avoid the situation that we would be posting hundreds and hundreds of separate job postings and openings. So we have collected different kind of positions and opportunities under these 11 postings. So feel free to apply to all of these which you feel and find relevant to you and your experience.
Yeah. And also to highlight those relevant skills in each job description or postings.
Yes, because indeed we have listed quite a few requirements or required skills under these postings. So for sure, we are not searching for anyone who ticks all of the boxes, but just even some of them. So if you find an interesting opening and you have even one skill that we are looking for, definitely you should apply, because we are not finding for anyone, as I said, who has all of these skills for sure. We have just listed those as an example, what might be needed in some of the teams and positions we are hiring for. Yeah, and the hiring process, perhaps you want to say a few words. How is our trainee hiring process?
Yeah, that was a good point. So basically it starts by applying. We have Nokia Me website that you can leave your application, CV and motivation letter, and also the transcripts of records. It's good to have it there or attached there. And then we will screen the applications, actually the whole month, but also after the whole spring. And then we will invite you to interviews, and then there is the offer part.
So it's pretty light from the candidate experience. We usually have only one interview for the trainee positions. Sometimes we might have a technical test if you are applying for a very technical role, but very often it's only the one interview with the manager. So it's pretty light, let's say.
Yeah. We want to keep it as light as possible, because we know that you're hiring or applying a lot of different positions, and also probably finishing studies for the spring. So yeah. Okay.
Then we want to give you some very practical tips and hints in case you end up applying either to our openings or anywhere else, of course, as well. But these tips are, of course, mainly targeted when it comes to applying for Nokia, because, of course, it may vary based on the company. But of course, it's very important to focus on your CV, or let's say resume. So we always chat with the colleagues of mine in the recruitment field that the number one thing we wish to see whenever someone applies is having the clear structure in your resume. which might sound like a very basic thing, but in fact, the reality is showing that it's always not very basic for everyone. So it's really something to think about. Which information is relevant to mention and which perhaps could be left out, because we don't want to see many pages of information with all kinds of background, but you can just think what are the most relevant experiences and things you want to highlight and just collect those, preferably in one pager or maximum of 2 pages, we would say.
Yeah.
So be very concise on the things you bring up in the resume. Also do some kind of tailoring. So as Ina mentioned, we know that most probably all of you who will apply for a summer traineeship, we are not the only company you are applying for. So of course, many of you are applying to multiple different companies, and it's a full-time job almost to apply for a job. We know it. So we are not expecting anything extra, like that you should think everything only based on applying to Nokia, but do some kind of small tailoring so that, for example, what I would suggest is to see the job description you're applying for and just spot the most important things that have been highlighted in the job description and make sure you have somehow reflecting topics in your resume, so that if we are searching for C++ technical people, don't focus on your other experiences and skills, but really focus on those skills which are looked for in that specific opening, so that whenever the recruiter very briefly goes through your resume for the first time, we can easily spot C++.
Yeah.
Oh, this person has C++. Python, this person has Python. So do some kind of a small cross-checking even.
Yeah, and I would highlight those on the first page if possible.
Yeah, definitely. And even bold very clearly the most relevant skills you have. Because, for example, when we speak about Nokia openings, most of our openings are within the technical field. So we have very clear list of requirements that we are looking for. So it's actually very easy just to highlight those technical skills and make them very visible and clearly structured in the resume. You can always add a short summary in the very first section on your resume. It's nothing mandatory, but it's always very nice to easily spot who is this person about, what kind of profile is this. It's also allowed to show your personality in the resume. And in this one, I would not go to extreme. So perhaps the resume is not the place to make huge jokes, for example, but you can somehow, for example, by telling something about your personality, because it also reflects how you are as team member, for example. So you can open up about your personality or hobbies or anything such you feel you want to share, and which might be even relevant to the role you're applying for. Also, if you have done any kinds of projects or even publications, definitely highlight those. So even though you wouldn't have too much relevant experience when it comes to work experience, as many of the times, naturally, the trainees do not yet have, you can always think whether you could have some kind of relevant projects in your university time past, or even some free time volunteering projects. For example, if you would have been part of a student union in some role, or you have some, as I said, hobbies, which you could mention, feel free to be creative and think outside of the box. What kind of things I have been doing in my past, which I could really bring up in this resume and which might be relevant or interesting from the recruiter's perspective. Also, if you do have a GitHub profile, it's always good to put that one in your application, because many of the times we want to see that one as well. Okay. Then outside of the resume part, when it comes to applying as a overall, if and when you add a cover letter, or let's say motivation letter, in addition to your resume, of course, please customize that one as well. And we just had a chat with Ina a few days back that actually nowadays, when AI is everywhere and people are using AI in many things they create, the cover letter perhaps might have lost its importance in some of the cases. And I think when it comes to recruitment, that's often the fact that perhaps the cover letter is not that important, or in that of a big role anymore than it used to be, because most of the people really do it just by AI. It's no harm, and definitely that's something which is allowed. However, if you have limited capacity, which we all have, and you need to focus more on some of the elements when you apply, I definitely would put my focus and efforts to the resume part, rather than focusing too much on the cover letter. And indeed, we have the AI, use of AI here as next point. So definitely feel free to use AI. Myself, I also have used AI when applying to jobs, and I think that it's so natural nowadays, so that it would be very very weird to somehow make it not allowed or think anyhow negatively on that, because I think it's just how we work and operate nowadays. But whenever you use AI, be mindful and always make sure it's somehow tailored, really based on what you want to say, so that you're not just blindly trusting on what the AI creates, but you really use it as a tool to make your life easier. But then you are the one who is doing the final touch on it. Always please send your application and all the documents you send to us, to Nokia, in English, because we operate in English as a global company. Ina already mentioned about attaching the study record. So every time you apply to, especially to our trainee openings, make sure you attach your study transcript or study record, so that we can see in which phase of your studies you are, what kind of courses you have been taking, or so forth.
Yeah, and also if you proceed in the recruitment process and we will create the offer, we need the record for the salary part.
Yeah.
So it's not about the grades.
No,
it's the other parts.
Exactly. It's a good highlight that we are really not asking it for the grades, but all the other information. We can leave it. No. Then about the interview, we want to highlight that definitely it's not a test, but it's rather this two-way conversation where we really want to get to know you as an applicant and as a person. And also it's a very good occasion for you to get to know us and the team you are applying for. Usually our trainee interviews are held either by the hiring manager of the team or some of the team members.
Or both.
Yeah, or both. So it's actually a great occasion to ask anything about the role or the company.
Yeah, and I think in the interviews, it's more common to highlight more the motivation and the passion for growth than the previous experience, I would say.
Definitely, because we, in our trainee openings, we really are hiring for the potential, not for the skills, because in trainee openings, of course, we are we are trying to find the future talent to our company. Apply to all of these openings that interest you, because as mentioned, we hire 500 trainees each year in Finland, so we do have hundreds of opportunities. So definitely you do not have to pick only one, but you can apply to multiple ones if you find such. And I think that the last point is the most important, even, that don't lose hope if you face rejection, because the fact is that even though we have hundreds of openings each year, we have thousands of applicants, and basically we have more talented applicants than we have openings. So each year we need to reject, unfortunately, some great candidates, and the reasons might be anything, really. So if you are being rejected, unfortunately, in this year or the past years, it definitely does not mean that we are not seeing the potential in you. But it can really be the fact that for some reason we just ended up hiring someone else over you in a certain opening. So definitely apply many years or many times if you still have the interest, and don't take it too personally, because at least myself, I'm very sensitive person, so I might even take some rejections very personally, but I really hope that you are not, but just keep on applying. And we have many colleagues who have ended up working with us after being rejected in the past years, but then they have been succeeded and joined our company after some rejection. So we just want to encourage you.
Definitely. But yeah, here are our social media channels. I think we're the most active in Instagram, where we post a lot of about our daily life. If you're interested, go check it out. And thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope that many of you will end up applying to our summer trainee openings. And I think we will give the stage, or welcome you, Sanni, for the Q&A part.
Yeah.
Thank you. A lot of very good information and tips. So yeah, we have time to take a few questions. First, a couple similar ones. So can you apply for summer trainees if you're not a student and if you're a fresh graduate?
You want to go?
Yeah, I can take this one. So for our trainee positions, you need to have an active student status, and it requires a degree or
degree-based.
Yeah. So yeah, so you have to be active student. And was it?
If you are already graduated, then you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So not for the trainee positions, that, but then we have more junior positions that you can apply.
Okay. And are trainee opportunities mainly targeted at candidates from technical backgrounds, or are there other types of positions available, for example, for business students or other types of?
Yeah, I think I already briefly mentioned something about this. So most of the openings are targeted for the technical students, but since we do hire 500 trainees each year, not all of them are technical roles. So I would say that 90% are technical roles, and then the rest is something else, like business related or anything else.
For example, me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So we have in finance and in HR,
basically everywhere,
communications,
because we have the global headquarters here,
yeah,
in Espoo. So we have all the business functions here operating here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it important to apply for positions that are in my town of residence or in a location that I'm able to travel to? Does it matter where the positions are located?
I would say that especially in the trainee positions, it's most of the times the presence at the site, the office is at some level required, at least part of the week. So I would suggest you to apply to that city that you are able to be located at. Yeah.
And related to that, are you able to work part-time as a trainee, or are they all full-time positions?
We have both. So it can be part-time or full-time. It depends on the need of the team you will be hired for.
And it can vary.
Yeah.
So during the contract, so you can start full-time, then continue as part-time at some point. Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty common to start as a full-time during the summer and then continue as a part-time when you have your studies.
Okay. And can students from the second year of a bachelor's apply for a job?
Yeah.
Yes, and we wish to see even more people joining us in the early phase of their study. So even after the first year, you definitely can apply. Yeah.
And there's a question here about master's theses. So what would the possibilities be for that, and any tips for getting that kind of position?
Usually for the master's thesis, or it's more common to come in as a trainee and then continue as a thesis worker. So I would say that's the easiest way to get, because we do have thesis positions open as well, but not that many. I think more trainee positions open.
Yes, and now when we have these summer trainee applications open, if you are interested in applying for a thesis position, you can just find the relevant opening from those ones and then indicate in your application that actually you would be interested in the thesis worker position, because we definitely might have been searching for thesis workers for the summer as well from those openings. So just indicate in your application that that's the case in your case, because we do have many opportunities indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about with PhD students? Would final year PhD students be eligible?
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, we do hire PhDs each year to some amount, so definitely.
Okay. And until when can you apply for the summer trainee positions? I think you mentioned it, but good idea to...
Until 13th February. So 1 month time to apply till the midnight, or I think it closes at 11 at the night.
Okay. And then a couple questions about the interview process. So just generally what the interviews are like, and then more specifically, someone asked if I live in Helsinki and apply for a job in Oulu, is it possible to have that interview online?
Most of the times, yes. Of course, the hiring manager is the one to decide the specifics of each process, but we do online interviews all the time, so it should be doable. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that that's all the questions that we have for today. Nothing else comes in, so we can probably wrap it up. But yeah, we thank you all for joining, and we hope that you apply and join us for some of our future events that are coming up. And we have a final session of this webinar coming up in February. We will send the invitations to you. And if you haven't registered, you'll probably see those on social media. It's on the 10th of February, and we'll introduce Tampere and Espoo together.
Yeah, and actually we are joining next week the Aalto Summer Job Day on Tuesday, and then in Tampere we have the Yrityspäivät recruitment fair coming 29th of January. So feel free to contact us there.
Yeah.
And also next Monday we have it at the Helsinki University Career Day.
Yeah, we are always happy to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, great. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your week, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.